Seniors, stop making these 8 sardine mistakes. Grabbing a can of sardines for a quick meal might seem like an easy and healthy choice, right? But what if I told you that, without even realizing it, you might be making some big mistakes from the moment you pick up that can? Sardines, those small little fish, are packed with nutrients. They're full of protein, omega-3s, calcium, iron, and vitamins that are great for your health. Sounds pretty perfect, doesn't it? But here's the thing, many of us are handling sardines all wrong. From how we store them to how we prepare them, even the way we open the can, you're probably missing out on the full health benefits that these little fish offer. Today, I want to talk to you about 8 common mistakes people make with sardines. You might not even realize you're doing them. And trust me, these mistakes cost more than just flavor. They could be stripping away the very nutrients that make sardines such a powerhouse for your health. But before we get into it, take a second to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Do you eat canned sardines regularly? How do you like to prepare them? Where are you watching from? Now, let's dive in and discover the 8 biggest mistakes most people make with sardines, and more importantly, how you can avoid them. Mistake 1. Choosing water-packed over oil-packed sardines. Let me explain something that might surprise you. Choosing water-packed sardines over the oil-packed variety is actually a mistake, even though many people think water-packed is the healthier option. Now, you might think water-packed sardines are the better choice because they have fewer calories, but here's the truth. You're missing out on much more than just flavor. Water-packed sardines don't deliver the rich taste or the full nutritional benefits that oil-packed sardines offer. In fact, the water can actually strip away some of the natural flavors of the fish. When you choose oil-packed sardines, you're unlocking something special. The oil, especially when it's extra virgin olive oil, not only brings out the best taste, but also helps your body absorb essential nutrients. This is where the science comes in. A 2014 study published in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry found that sardines packed in oil, especially olive oil, retain significantly more omega-3 fatty acids and fat-soluble vitamins like vitamin D. Oil serves as a much better medium for nutrient absorption than water does. And here's something really interesting. Oil-packed sardines actually get better over time. The longer they sit in the oil, the more the flavors develop, creating a richer taste that water-packed sardines simply can't match. While oil-packed sardines do have a few more calories, the research and the taste make it clear it's well worth it. Not only do you get a better flavor, but you're also getting more of the nutrients your body needs, like omega-3s and vitamins that water-packed sardines can't provide. So don't let the water-packed variety fool you. Go for the oil-packed sardines to truly unlock all the nutritional benefits and flavor this nutrient-dense food has to offer. Mistake 2. Leaving open cans too long. Let's talk about something a lot of people do without thinking. Opening a can of sardines, enjoying some, and then leaving the rest in the fridge for later. It seems harmless, right? But here's the catch. Once you open that can, the clock starts ticking and it ticks fast. You might think, well, sardines last a long time on the shelf, so they should be fine in the fridge for days. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Recently, the United States Department of Agriculture conducted studies on the shelf life of canned foods, including sardines. Their findings show that once a can is opened, exposure to oxygen causes oxidation, which degrades both the flavor and nutritional content. Research tells us that just 24 hours after opening, you'll notice a significant drop in flavor, texture, and even nutrition. For sardines packed in water, they should be consumed within 1 day. If they're packed in oil, you have a little more time, about 2 to 3 days. Sardines in tomato sauce can last a bit longer, maybe up to 4 days, but after a week, don't risk it. No sardine should be eaten after that. To keep your sardines as fresh as possible, the key is to transfer them to an airtight container right away. You can't just reseal the tin, so putting them into a glass container with a tight-fitting lid is your best bet. If you want to store them longer, freezing is an option, but be aware that it can change the texture quite a bit. So remember this, once the can is open, you don't have forever. Don't let them sit around too long. If you do, you might end up wasting them entirely. Mistake 3. Overcooking sardines into mush. Sardines are already pre-cooked, so there's no need to cook them again. However, many people still make the mistake of overcooking them, turning these delicate fish into a mushy mess. Here's why. Sardines are quite delicate. When exposed to high heat for too long, their texture breaks down, and instead of enjoying a soft, slightly firm bite, you end up with a mushy paste. This not only affects the texture, but also diminishes their flavor. A study published in Food Chemistry 2016 analyzed how high heat cooking affects the nutritional quality of fish, including omega-3 fatty acids. The findings revealed that overcooking fish leads to significant nutrient loss, particularly omega-3s, which are essential for heart health. Sardines being pre-cooked should only be warmed gently to retain both texture and nutritional integrity. Excessive heat causes the delicate fish structure to break down, reducing the fish's appeal and nutritional value. To avoid this, timing is crucial when reheating sardines. If you're adding them to dishes like stir-fries, pasta, or stews, add them last, right at the end of the cooking process. This ensures they heat through without becoming mushy or rubbery. If you're just reheating them on their own, a quick 2 to 3 minutes under the broil in the oven will give them a nice crisp exterior while keeping the inside moist. For the best preservation of texture, you can also heat the unopened can in hot water. Simply submerge the can, don't open it in hot water, and let it warm gently. This prevents the sardines from losing their texture. Remember, sardines are already cooked, so they only need to be warmed, not cooked again. By treating them gently, you'll keep both their delicious texture and nutritional benefits intact. Mistake 4. Removing the bones. If you're someone who takes the time to remove the bones from your sardines, you might want to reconsider that approach. I understand the instinct, but let me explain why that might not be the best idea. First off, sardine bones are entirely edible, and they're actually a powerhouse of nutrients. The canning process softens the bones, making them easy to chew. In fact, most people don't even notice them once the fish is on the plate. Now, I get it. Many of us have had experiences with larger fish species that have sharp, dangerous bones. But sardine bones, they're different. They're small, soft, and harmless. In fact, they blend perfectly with the meat of the fish, offering added benefits like calcium and vitamin D. Recent research published in the Journal of Bone and Mineral Research, 2013, highlights the calcium absorption benefits of consuming small fish with bones. Sardine bones, softened during the canning process, provide a valuable source of calcium and vitamin D. So when you remove the bones, you're not only wasting time, but you're also cutting out these key nutrients, which diminishes the health benefits of sardines. By removing the bones, you're also risking damaging the delicate fillets, which could impact your eating experience. Sure, there are some brands that sell deboned sardines, but they often cost more, and the fillets may be damaged during the deboning process. So next time you're preparing sardines, skip the bone removal ritual. Keep them intact. You'll save time, enjoy your meal more, and get the full nutritional benefits of these tiny fish. Mistake 5. Thinking all sardines taste the same. Not all sardines are created equal. If you've been picking up whatever brand is on sale, assuming they all taste the same, you're missing out on a whole world of flavor. Sardine flavors can vary drastically depending on where they're sourced, how they're processed, and what they're packed in. For example, Atlantic sardines don't taste quite like Mediterranean sardines, and Mediterranean sardines taste different from Pacific sardines. Why? It all comes down to where these fish live. Different water temperatures, food sources, and fishing methods all contribute to the unique taste profiles of sardines from different regions. Spanish and Portuguese sardines, for example, are often packed in olive oil from the same region, giving the oil a distinct taste that's rich and flavorful. On the other hand, sardines from French or Norwegian waters have their own unique processing methods that can bring out subtle differences in flavor and texture. Even the seasons can affect the flavor. Sardines' diet and reproductive patterns change with the seasons, so a can of sardines from spring might taste different from one you buy in late fall. So if you've been sticking to the same brand or variety, it might be time to explore other options. Learn about where your sardines come from, and you might discover a new favorite flavor. Once you know what you're looking for, you'll be able to find the sardines that truly suit your taste. Mistake 6. Rinsing away taste and nutrition. You've probably heard someone say, just rinse the sardines to get rid of the excess salt or oil. But that's a mistake you don't want to make. Rinsing your canned sardines might seem like a good way to cut back on sodium or fat, but in reality, it strips away some of the best parts of the sardines. A 2015 study in Food Science and Technology International revealed that rinsing canned sardines washes away important omega-3s, vitamins, and natural oils. These oils, especially in oil-packed sardines, are loaded with concentrated nutrients that support heart health. So when you rinse them, you're not only washing off the flavor, but you're also washing away the nutrition your body needs. Here's something you might not know. When you rinse sardines, especially oil-packed ones, you're washing away concentrated fish flavors, healthy omega-3 fatty acids, and fat-soluble vitamins that the oil contains. Water and oil don't mix well, which means you'll end up with a slippery, messy fish that tastes bland and lacks the richness you're supposed to get from the oil. Not to mention, the delicate fish pieces can be damaged by the rinsing process, making the texture less enjoyable. The better approach? If you're concerned about sodium, try adjusting other parts of your meal. Instead of rinsing the sardines, choose lower sodium varieties or reduce the amount of salt you add to the rest of the dish. Mistake 7. Wasting the precious oil. Now let's talk about something that's often overlooked but incredibly important. The oil that comes with your sardines. I'm not just referring to any oil, but the flavorful, nutrient-packed oil that is an integral part of the sardine experience. You see, many people make the mistake of draining that oil and tossing it down the sink. But let me tell you, that oil is pure gold. It isn't there just for storage. It's a vital part of the sardine's flavor profile and a treasure trove of nutrients. Packed with omega-3 fatty acids, fat-soluble vitamins, and other essential nutrients, this oil isn't just for preserving the fish. It enhances the flavors and adds a richness that you won't find anywhere else. Instead of discarding it, I recommend you incorporate that oil into your cooking. Think of it as an upgrade to your meals. You can use it to make delicious salad dressings or sauté onions, garlic, or vegetables in sardine oil before adding pasta or rice. The oil infuses these ingredients with an umami richness that you simply can't achieve with anything else. Even something as simple as dipping bread in sardine oil seasoned with a little lemon and herbs can elevate your meal into something extraordinary. It's an ingredient that professional chefs recognize the value of, and they will even charge a premium for dishes that feature it. Yet so many home cooks don't think twice about tossing it out. Here's a little pro tip. Sardine oil can be stored in the fridge for up to a week, and over time, it actually develops deeper, more complex flavors. It's truly a secret ingredient that can transform a basic canned product into something gourmet. So next time you open a can of sardines, don't even consider tossing that oil. Save it, savor it, and let it bring a new depth of flavor to your meals. It's a small change that makes a big difference in your cooking. Mistake 8. Pairing with incompatible flavors. When it comes to sardines, their bold and unique flavor can either stand out beautifully or be lost completely, depending on what you pair them with. One common mistake is choosing the wrong ingredients, which can overpower the sardines or hide their natural richness. To get the most out of sardines, balance is key. Sardines shine when paired with fresh, acidic flavors that cut through their richness. Think of pickled vegetables, citrus, or vinegar-based dressings. The acidity of these ingredients contrasts nicely with the oiliness of the fish, bringing out the best in both. Fresh herbs like parsley, cilantro, and dill are also excellent choices. These herbs add a fresh aromatic lift that complements the fish without overpowering it. They provide texture and freshness, balancing the sardine's deep, savory flavor. On the other hand, heavy or overly creamy ingredients can easily overwhelm the sardines, creating a richness overload that ruins the dish. Sweet flavors, like those from fruits or sugary sauces, also don't complement the salty, savory nature of sardines. To make the most of your sardines, stick to savory, fresh, and acidic flavors. With the right balance, sardines can elevate a dish from simple to gourmet, becoming a star ingredient that stands out. Mistake 9. Ignoring expiration and storage guidelines. You might be surprised to learn that canned sardines can last a surprisingly long time if they're stored correctly. However, if you store your cans improperly, you could face disappointment when you open them. Heat, light, and humidity are the main culprits when it comes to spoiling canned sardines. If you store them near heat sources like the stove, a heater, or in a spot that gets direct sunlight, you'll speed up the deterioration process. Temperature fluctuations cause the can to expand and contract, which weakens the seal and accelerates spoilage. To keep your sardines at their best, store them in a cool, dark place away from direct light and heat. A pantry or cupboard far from heat vents is the perfect spot. This will help preserve the can's integrity and maintain the quality of the sardines inside. Also, keep in mind that not all sardines have the same shelf life. Sardines packed in acidic solutions like tomato or citrus tend to spoil faster than those packed in oil or water. Always check the expiration date and rotate your stock. Use the older cans first and avoid keeping them for years, even if they seem fine on the shelf. By following these simple storage guidelines, you'll ensure your sardines stay fresh, flavorful, and ready to enjoy. It's a small but important step that helps you get the most out of this nutritious, affordable food. Now that you know the 8 shocking mistakes people make with sardines, it's time to put this new knowledge to use. By avoiding these common blunders, you can unlock the full potential of these little fish, turning them into a true powerhouse in your diet. Sardines are an affordable, nutritious, and versatile food, but only if you handle them correctly. From choosing the right variety to using every drop of that precious oil, these small changes will help you make the most of this incredible ingredient. When prepared and stored properly, sardines can provide a burst of flavor and nutrients that few other foods can match. So the next time you grab a can of sardines, remember everything you've learned today. Keep the bones, savor the oil, pair them with the right flavors, and don't let them sit around for too long. Whether you're adding them to a pasta dish or making a simple sardine toast, you'll elevate your meal and your health by following these tips. Have you ever made any of these mistakes? Or maybe you've got your own creative way to enjoy sardines. I'd love to hear your experiences in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, type yes in the comments to let me know. And don't forget to check out these 2 videos we've picked just for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.